3, 2, 1. Okay, what is the difference between a customer data platform, a CDP, and a data management platform, a DMP? That is probably one of the most commonly asked questions of 2018, particularly for me working in data and technology strategy. Now, I think that there are a huge amount of commonalities between a CDP and a DMP, particularly in the way in which they communicate their own capability. So both platforms claim to be able to collect, to unify, to segment, and to activate data on behalf of an advertiser or on behalf of a brand. And in large part, that's exactly what they do. So you could be forgiven for thinking that those solutions were essentially one in the same. However, there are some key differences between the two solutions, and although they overlap considerably, there is incremental value to be had through working with one of these solutions, if not both in combination. So what I want to do is talk about the differences, some of the key differences between the two solutions. And I'm going to start by talking about the customer data platform and the CDP. And I'm going to try and talk about this in terms of relative benefits. So I'm not saying that this is something that one platform does that another platform doesn't. I'm just talking about what I believe is the relatively more superior solution in terms of a given capability. So firstly, then, let's look at the CDP. I think one of the major benefits of working with a customer data platform and one of the major capabilities of a CDP is its ability to be able to ingest and integrate first-party data, particularly offline CRM data at a PII level. So its ability to be able to ingest and integrate personally identifiable information. Now, that's incredibly important, particularly if you are looking at activating marketing automation campaigns, if you're looking at push messaging or email marketing, if you're looking at social media activation, because a lot of that activation is keyed off of an email address. So there's a huge benefit in the CDP ability to be able to bring that data in, to be able to segment and be able to activate on the back of that data. And that's one of the major advantages that the CDP has over the DMP, which simply, for the most part, doesn't operate within the PII ecosystem. So DMPs are typically exclusively focused on pseudonymized identifiers, cookie IDs, device IDs, etc. So one of the major advantages and one of the major differentiators straight out of the bat for the CDP is its ability to be able to integrate personally identifiable information, specifically CRM records. One of the other major benefits of the CDP is the app integrations and its ability to export into raw data environments, into data sciences environments. So CDPs tend to be far better integrated, generally speaking, into MarTech and generally better integrated into data sciences environments. So whether that's warehousing solutions like BigQuery or Redshift, or whether it's other audience building tools or data sciences tools like R or R-Shiny. I think that DMPs tend to lack in some of those capabilities. And generally speaking, if you look at the relative ages of the different solutions, you'll see a major difference. Most DMPs were originally developed in the mid-2000s, so 2005, 2006, and they've been acquired for the most part. There are still a couple of independent DMP solutions out in the market, but Demdex was acquired by Adobe, BlueKai was acquired by Oracle, Crux was most recently acquired by Salesforce, and through acquisition, they've been somewhat redeveloped. They've had UI updates. They've obviously improved, generally speaking, the features and the functionality. But the architecture for the large majority of these solutions is still fairly old, coming up for over 10 years old now. CDPs are much younger. They are 2012, 2013. They've been developed in the past half decade, and it shows. I think it shows in the UI, I think it shows in the workflow, I think it shows in the app integrations and the way in which CDPs handle data, generally speaking, the ways in which they've looked to build export channels through mostly API-driven integrations as opposed to server-side batch file integrations. So I think there are some major benefits, major differentiators looking at the difference between what a CDP can bring to the table versus a DMP. Now, to speak in defense of the data management platform, it also has the ability to integrate first-party data. It also has the ability to onboard CRM data when it's matched to a pseudonymous identifier. And what it has that the CDP doesn't have is the ability to readily and easily access second and third-party data sets. So if you're looking to prospect, if you're looking for new customer acquisition, the CDP is probably not the best solution for you because it's mostly focused on first-party data collection, unification. DMPs, on the other hand, have those first-party data integration capabilities, but they also allow you to integrate second and third-party data sources for audience building, and they allow you to activate that within a media and within a communications environment. What DMPs also have, and what they do very well, is integrate with the ad tech ecosystem. So integrations with ad serving solutions, with dynamic creative optimization solutions, with demand-side platforms, bidding tools, etc. So DMPs really originated from the ability to be able to collect and aggregate and classify different audience signals for activation within media and advertising. So it's not a surprise that they have a lot of those integrations down pat. What DMPs also do really well, I think, is they integrate other methodologies for managing and unifying identities. So where a CDP is principally deterministic, and I think personally would be a bit of a stretch to integrate other identity management solutions or methodologies into the CDP framework, DMPs have, for the most part, integrated probabilistic device graphing into their framework. So it's not too difficult to be able to manage identity, both using deterministic matching, but also expanding that out to use probabilistic solutions where deterministic mapping simply doesn't scale effectively. So a couple of differences there between the CDP and the DMP. I think that a rough breakdown in terms of which technology is best for which circumstance. I think if you are a client that's looking for a solution to help you better orchestrate your marketing automation capabilities, to help you with customer retention strategies and churn mitigation, and that's really focused on first-party data, I think the CDP is probably the best solution for you. I think if you're a client that is looking for new customer acquisition, that's looking to prospect, that's looking to drive new audience targeting capabilities, that's looking to build insights for planning purposes, then a DMP is probably the better technology platform. And I think when they work together, I think you have a full suite of capability. I think that integrating the CDP and the DMP is something that is going to become much more commonplace in the future. I think these technology solutions are likely to come